Hey everyone, Teacher Kalee here, and if you're watching this video, it is because you are either in the process of starting VIPKID and becoming a teacher, or you are considering starting the process. Either way, congratulations, both a wonderful, great place to be. Very proud of you for coming to this decision, and since you're here today, you're probably wondering about the initial process of getting started with VIPKID. So once you pass your basic information, it'll take you to the next step, which is a demo. And there are two different versions of the demo. There is the 5-minute version with your laptop or desktop or other kind of device. And then there's a smart demo. The smart demo is just a 2-minute demonstration demo right on your smartphone. And I'm going to talk to you about how each one works. If you want to jump right ahead to the smart demo because you know that's the way you're going to do it, check out the video description below and you can just jump ahead to that. But once you have passed the basic information, they do the demo initially just to kind of screen for those who they want to make sure you can speak English, that's a native language to you. So speak clearly, and they also want to make sure that you have a healthy energy for the classroom. So you don't need to be crazy energetic, but you need to smile, you need to be joyful. So bring that into the classroom with you. And then the last thing is I just want to know that you can follow some basic directions, which if you're watching this video, you are on the right track because you are going to learn exactly what you need to do, and then you can practice and prepare. All right, so the first demo is the 5-minute demo, and there's a couple things to talk about before we go into how to present the slides on that. There's some things that you want to prepare before your demo, and those are going to be headsets. It's highly recommended. You can get by without using them. If you just cannot get a hold of them, that's fine. I would recommend that you borrow some from someone, but you're going to want your own because as soon as you do your mock class and you start teaching, those headsets are going to be invaluable. You have to have them. So headsets with like a microphone. You might already have earbuds. Earbuds are fine too. It's just going to help the interviewer and your students be able to understand you more clearly. So make sure that you do have that microphone. Second thing is lighting. Make sure your classroom is well lit. I have a ring light behind me here. I did not always have that. So there are some really simple things that you can do. Just make sure that you've got either natural lighting. I had to replace my bulb above me with an LED light because it was really dark. So make sure you have the right bulbs in. You can open windows to get natural lighting. Or what else I've seen is effective is people use lamps. Put it like in front of you somewhere and make sure it's got a good bulb, and just take the lampshade off and you'll get some pretty good lighting. So make sure you like open up your FaceTime camera before you start recording and just look at your lighting and then also your background. It doesn't have to be much of anything. I have changed backgrounds a couple times now. Mine started out very simple, just a map of the world, which you can find at the dollar store. Just find something simple but educational. Make it colorful and bright if you can, but it doesn't need to be anything crazy. It shouldn't be overly distracting, but a background, at least a solid color, something behind you, will really help you stand out in your demo. So make sure you have headphones, good lighting, good background. Also, check your attitude before you start recording. Maybe do a couple practice ones. You can watch yourself in the mirror. The reason being, your attitude is going to be really important in the classroom. They want to know that you're going to be able to engage with the students. They are relatively young, so you're just going to have a healthy energy. You don't have to be over the top, but you can't be monotone and you can't seem angry. I hope that goes without saying, but just make sure that you are conscious of that and that you practice it a little bit because it might feel a little weird at first, just talking to your computer especially, but just practice and make sure that you are representing yourself in the way that you want to be represented in the classroom as a teacher. The other thing is they're using this demo to make sure that you understand the native the native language of English, that you can speak clearly, and that you don't have an accent or anything. That is obviously your first language. So make sure you speak clearly. Try to speak projected, but you don't need to yell. And slow your speech down. This was something I really needed to work on. But just make sure that you, as long as you're a native English speaker, you're going to be fine. First slide, it says me, myself, and I. You're just going to use this as your basic introduction. So you're introducing yourself to the student and you're creating rapport between you and this new student. So I would just do something like, hi, my name is Teacher Kalee. What is your name? Thor. That is a good name. Thor. Thor. Yes? Good. Thor, how old are you? I am 5 years old. Good. Thor, it is nice to meet you. You'll notice I was doing right from the beginning was using TPR, using my hands to talk. TPR stands for Total Physical Response. It means you're using your body to demonstrate what you're saying. This is important right from the beginning, so like name tag, how old are you, listen, you can use your finger underneath your mouth to demonstrate that you want them to mimic what you're saying. So that's all different ways of using TPR, and you're going to want to use it on every single slide. It is very important, and it's really going to help your student understand, because it's all totally new language to them, but body language is somewhat universal, so we can at least agree on that. So make sure you're using TPR to connect with your students. The thing that I did was I asked a couple rapport questions. I asked, what's your name? I spelled his name to make sure I spelled it correctly. I asked how old they were. You don't have to ask those questions. You don't have to do it in that same format, but you do want to build rapport. So just find a way to connect with the student. Name and age are the most popular, especially with a brand new student who is about 5 years old. Before I go into slide number 2, I want to talk about rewards a quick second. We reward the student throughout the entire class. This is something that we do in our 25-minute classes, and it is important to VIPKID, and it's important to our students. So they do want to make sure that you know how to reward. I've got 6 soccer balls up here. I will not be using all of them in the demo. I would generally use about 5 in a lesson. For this demo, I would recommend that you use between 2 to 3, even though it's only 5 minutes. Just they want to know that you are able to use the reward and you know how to encourage your student and find ways to use positive reinforcement. For the reward slide, they have the soccer balls and the goal up. You can use that, or you can use something different. I used a monkey and bananas in my demo. It's totally up to you. Whatever you have, whatever feels right to you. But this is a fun one, and it relates to the lesson, so it's a nice way to introduce the vocabulary as you're doing the reward as well, which is a little secret. So for the reward, this slide, I would just do something like, when you do a good job, you get a goal. Goal! So now we've done the introduction and we've talked about the reward. So now we're getting into the actual lesson itself. Again, before we go into the lesson, I just want to talk about props. I have 2 props for this demo, sad face, happy face. I just printed these off and I colored them in because my color printer is broken at the moment, so I use crayons, and I couldn't find pencils, so I taped them to pens. You do what works. So I have these that I'll be using in the lesson. You could also improvise different ways, so I love these paddleboards, by the way. $1 at Dollar Tree. But you could draw it something like this. Happy, happy, sad, sad. I would highly recommend having 2 to 3 props for this lesson. If you have more, great, but at least 2. So like a 2D or a 3D prop, such as these, and then like a whiteboard. I have my other whiteboard here. I use this in every class ever. So I would recommend getting something like this. If you don't already have one, you will use these every day. Okay. You can also use like 3D props as well if you have something. So this, we don't actually really talk about soccer in the slides, but you could use something like this, like goal, you know, whatever you want to use. If you've got something lying around, feel free to use it. 2D, 3D, whiteboard, all wonderful, wonderful props to have around, and they're not going to hurt you to have because you will be using them in the future when you become a VIPKID teacher. It's a baby who is sad, so we are going to introduce the word sad. So I would do something just kind of like this. Sad. 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 Good. Very good. And I would circle the baby and be like, he is sad. He is sad. Very good. He is sad. Good. Sad. Good. So what I'm doing there is I'm using a lot of repetition. You want the student to say the objective word at least twice, at least 2 times, and you want them to get the objective sentence. So he is sad. You are having them repeat. So you are introducing the word, and then you are doing it with them, and then you want them to do it on their own as well. So he is sad. He is sad. He is sad. Good. So there's a number of different ways you can do this, but make sure you are having them repeat the word and the phrase at least 2 times. Slide number 4, where they have to choose between 2 pictures, and I have a happy face specifically for this slide, even though the word we're introducing is sad, because we need the student to choose which picture. They will circle the picture. So first I'm going to model it for them. He is sad, and I'm going to hold up my prop. He is sad, and I will circle the picture of he is sad, and then I will let the student do it as well. So I'll be like, he is happy. No. He is sad. Yes. Very good. Can you circle? He is sad. Circle. Good. Yes. He is sad. He is sad. How is he? He is sad. Very good. Good job, Thor. You get a goal. Yes. Good job. High five. Or the student chooses between happy and sad. We can assume that the student already knows the word happy at this point because it's on this next slide. So it was in a previous lesson or earlier in the lesson. But it doesn't hurt to happy, you know, if you think that the student is struggling with it. But we have both of our prompts ready to go. And with this slide, I would just go, she is what? She is happy. She is sad. How is she? She is sad. Good. She is sad. She is sad. Very good. Can you drag and drop sad? Good. Sad. Good. Very good, Thor. Number 6 now, we get to do phonics, And I did mention this earlier, but on the top of the slide, you'll see like I phonics or I vocabulary or math. And these are just kind of telling you where you're at in the lesson. So I is to introduce. So we're introducing phonics. P is practice. So introduce, practice, and then A is apply. So the last slide that we just did, where they had to drag and drop happy or sad, it was A, vocabulary, which tells me that the student should understand the vocabulary word. I don't need to necessarily model it first, although it certainly doesn't hurt, and that can depend on what kind of student you have. If they're struggling a little bit, you might still continue modeling, but we want to get them to the point where they don't need us to model it first every time. So where it says A, vocabulary, you're like, how is she? And then you just ask the question and have them get the response. And if they need help from there, then you're like, she is sad. She is sad. So that's what the IPA stand for, if you're wondering what that is. We want to make sure that when we're teaching this, we are using the sounds that they make, and we're just being very careful with like how we demonstrate them, that we want to be as accurate as possible. So definitely recommend looking up synthetic phonics if you have no experience with this, but you'll see what I mean here in a second. So we have the ig sound. So what I would do here is, I'm going to use my whiteboard. So how I would teach this is how it would be I. I. Good. 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 Yes. Good. Ig. Ig. Good. Ig. Good. What is d? Ig. D. Ig. D. Ig. Dig. Dig. Very good. What is w? Ig. Ig. Wig. 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 Good. Yes. Very good. One more. What is egg? Egg. Good. Mig. 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 Yes. Very good. You did so good. You get a goal. Good job. Orange goal. Slide is goodbye. So on this slide, you want to do a couple things. You want to go over the reward. So make sure you're like, Thor, you got 1, 2, 3 goals. Good job. 1, 2, 3 goals. 3 goals. Yeah, good. You could do something like that, or you could, depending on how much time you have, you might just be like, 1, 2, 3 goals. Good job. Very good. And then you just go into the goodbye. You don't have to have this like long farewell. What I generally do is I'll be like, thank you for coming to class today. It was good to see you. Or I'll see you next time. Goodbye. Goodbye. So there's a couple different variations that you can do. You have 7 slides, and the demo is 5 minutes. So you're not going to spend quite a full minute on each, but something close to that. Your intro and introducing the reward won't take very long, but just to kind of recap here, what you're going to do in your demo is you're going to make sure you have good lighting, you're smiling, you have a background, headphones really would be good, you've got your props ready to go, and you are speaking clearly. And then you're going to start with introducing yourself. Hi, my name is Teacher Kalee. I have my name behind me. Some people use like put it on like a card and hold it up. That's awesome, because then you don't have to turn around like I do. But whatever works for you as you're starting out. So you're going to introduce yourself, and then you're going to ask a couple of rapport questions. This is important to get to know your student. You're going to learn their name. I always like to write their name down. You don't have to. It's not a requirement. It's just something fun to do. Get into the slides. You are modeling. You are having them repeat. You're doing it with them. You're assisting, and then you are expecting them to be able to do it on their own. So, sad. Sad. How is he? Sad. Good. And you're going to try to use that on each slide and allow the student to be a little bit more independent on each slide. I should probably mention, because I am a VIPKid teacher and I would love to help you with this journey. You can use my referral code. It is, well, I put it in the bottom of the screen here for you so you can see that. Feel free to put that in, and I will absolutely help you with any questions that you have. I can demonstrate a full 5-minute session with you if you want that, to see what it looks like. Just let me know what you need, and I'm happy to reach out to you and help you out. Again, referral code right down here, so make sure you put that in, and I will be able to see where you are in each step of the process, cheer you on, and we can just collaborate. Really, we'll come up with some cool ideas that make your experience unique to you, and you can feel like you are going to be the teacher that you want to be, because I know I talked about like energy and stuff like that in the classroom, but it looks different for everyone. So just kind of find that balance in who you are, because you're going to use that in every single class, so you don't want to wear yourself out. Like if you teach 8 classes in a day and you start out like really energetic, and by the last class you're like, hi, bow, bow. It's not, you don't need to do that. That's not healthy for you. It's not healthy for the students. So we can work through some of that stuff as well. It's going to come naturally to go. I promise. Referral code. I actually have all of the props that I'm using in this video, and I have links to some of the different things that I have actually purchased, like my headphones and my ring light and these whiteboards, which are awesome. And I have all of that listed out in a little PDF for you, which I'll send your way if you sign up with my referral code. You'll have access to that. You are signing up with doing the SMART demo. So this looks a little different. If you're going through the process, you'll know that you have downloaded the teacher app, VIPKid teacher app in the App Store, and you have started the process, and you take in this little quiz, and once you pass that quiz, it's automatically going to take you to a slide to demonstrate. It'll walk you through some of the steps first. It's not just going to pop up, but you're going to want to be ready to do that demonstration, because if you go back, you actually have to take the quiz over again, and it'll generate a different slide for you, so it won't necessarily be the same slide as you saw before. So if you were practicing and you get back in and all of a sudden it's a new slide, you're like, I'm not ready for this. So just stay calm. It's only 2 minutes. It's meant to be very simple. You don't need the same amount of resources that you do for the full demo that I just talked about. You will need decent lighting. You're going to need your phone, and I highly, highly recommend that you prop it. You could probably get away with holding it, but I would just prop it up against something. You can get like a tripod, or just like stack some books and just make sure you're framing yourself well enough. And background it doesn't have to be complete. I highly recommend that you do have some kind of background, though, just something that demonstrates that you understand your classroom is going to be your classroom, even though where your phone is not necessarily where you're going to be teaching from on a regular basis, because you can't. But just do try to do your best with some kind of background. You need headphones, the headset, but they do recommend earbuds still. It's not bad. You don't have to have it, but it would be good for you. So if you've got them, throw them in, and they'll be able to hear you more clearly. The other demo, you are going to need to have at least 1 or 2 props. I recommend 2. Whiteboard is like number 1, so get one of these guys. You could pass with just one of these. You're gonna want one anyways, honestly. Get a whiteboard. But I also have a couple other kind of little props here that we can use with different slides. And again, if you're watching earlier, I do have a PDF that I will send to you if you use my referral code, and it's got all of these in it, including the reward system that I use, and a link to purchase where I get some of my supplies. Also, I would recommend having some kind of reward system, like my little guy here, to do at least one reward. It's only a 2-minute demo, but I would just show them that you understand how to be encouraging, how to use that positive reinforcement. And go in to do your demo, do your SMART demo. You don't necessarily what you're gonna get, but you can still be prepared. Like I said, you can have certain props ready to go. Really a whiteboard, but also if you don't have a whiteboard, it's okay. You can use just like a piece of paper, but make sure it's on something hard, so like a clipboard, and you're going to want to use like a marker or something like thick so that the students can actually see it. Because if you're writing in pen and pencil, they're not going to be able to see very well, so make sure it's visually appealing, whatever you're writing with. Thick marker, Sharpie, crayons, I guess, would be fine too, as long as it's visual. Your lighting good to go, you've got some kind of background, you've got your earbuds in, you've got your phone propped, you're really ready to go. There's not much more that you need than that. So I would just get my props kind of gathered around me. I have my reward in the background. I know I'm going to try to reward once during the demo. And then there are a couple different slide options, so I'm just going to go through a couple of them just to kind of show you what it might look like for when you're completing your. Though when you are doing your SMART demo is you still need to use TPR, that's total physical response. Make sure you're using body language to connect with the student as best as you can, because it's gonna really help engage you with the student, and it is gonna show the interview that you understand how to use TPR. It's going to be very important when you become a teacher. So, TPR. I was going to try to make TPR with my fingers, but I don't know how. Use TPR. Okay. One of the slides is just introducing a couple of vocabulary words. So you might get like game and fun, and the target sentence is the game is fun. So what I would just do is I would I have a 3D prop here. Any kind of game thing would do, honestly. I think there's blocks in the picture, so just use something that you have. And then I would start out by modeling the words, and then modeling the sentence, and then getting the student to do it with me, and then on their own. So I would start with fun. Fun. Yes, fun. Fun. Good. Game. 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 Yes, excellent. The game is fun. The game is fun. Good. The game is fun. Very good, Thor. You get a goal. Good job. Goal. With a lot of these slides is I'm underlining as I'm teaching. On the phone, this is not going to be as simple, depending on the size of your screen. But if you can, like, just kind of like underline the word as you're saying it, or circle. Some of them will have like actual pictures that are a lot easier to circle, and it does help kind of demonstrate the student where you're focusing on. So you might get he plays soccer. So you're going to hold up your soccer ball, or if you have like a 3D soccer ball, you can use that too. And you're going to be like, soccer, 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 soccer. Good. He plays soccer. He plays soccer. Good. And I'm circling on the screen at this time as I'm speaking, and then I have them repeat. He plays soccer. Soccer. Very good. And I'll circle the picture. I'm like, what does he play? He plays soccer. Very good, Thor. What does he play? He plays soccer. Yes, very good. And then there's a second picture where he is thirsty. So I might circle that picture if the student is doing well, or if we have some time. and I will review a previous word, which happens to be in the teacher tips at the bottom, so I know that that's something that they've had previous. So I'll circle the picture and I'll be like, oh, how is he? And I'll see if they get it. I'm like, thirsty, thirsty, good. Oh, he is thirsty. Very good. Excellent. Another thing you might get is like verb conjugation. So this is where the whiteboard is going to come in handy. This is one of the great reasons to have these. I use it for verb conjugation all the time. And if you download my PDF, I actually do have like a document that demonstrates this as well. You can just print that off, or you can use your whiteboard. I recommend kind of writing it down with the student as we're doing it. So you might get like, marker. He likes to play. He likes to play. He likes to play. Very good. I like or I likes. Yes, good. I like. Or if they didn't get it, you're pretending here, you'd be like, I like to play. I like to play. Very good. And then I love this little eraser, by the way. I use this all the time. I'll start over and I'll do, okay. I, you, they, and I might do more, but this is an early lesson, so I'm just going to do 3, and I'll put like, and then over down here I'll be he, she, it likes. Good. And then I'll be like, she like or likes to play ping pong. Which one? She likes. She likes. Good. She likes to play ping pong. She likes to play ping pong. Very good. I like or I likes. Which one? Good. Yes. I like. Good. I like to play soccer. Very good. I like to play soccer. Excellent. Very good, Thor. You get a goal. Good job. Yes. You can do here is I have this little and I have the soccer ball. So if you have something like this, or you can print it out with the PDF that I have, you can just, it's not a pen again. I had to laminate these with packaging tape because that's all I could find. So it's wrinkled, but it looks fine. And whatever you come up with, It's gonna be great. You're gonna be awesome. But you can say, you have your whiteboard. You've done that, and you can ask, do you like to play soccer? Good. Yes, I like to play soccer. Yes, I like to play soccer. Good. Yes, I like to play soccer. Yes, very good. High five. So you can extend a little bit and asking them if they like to play soccer or if they like to play ping pong. Whatever makes you happy. Recording your video, you can go back and redo it again if you're not happy with it. You might want to try again just to feel confident. Like I said, when you're recording yourself, sometimes it can feel a little awkward. Practice a little bit beforehand if you can. Otherwise, you're gonna do great. And then when you're done, you just submit the video, and you should hear back relatively soon. I wouldn't say within 24 to 48 hours. You should hear back about whether or not you moved on to the next stage. And if you have any questions about completing your demo, or if you have questions about like something specific, or props, or lighting, things like that, just let me know. Send me an email. I love to hear from you guys, and I'm more than happy to help out. All right, best of luck. Here you go.